Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am continuing my productivity videos in June, what the fuck ever. And today we are talking about how to be more productive because let's be honest, even if you are already pretty productive, we can always improve. And also, I just want to note that all of the tips that I said in my how to make a writing schedule that you will actually stick to also apply here. I'll link that video along with the others down below if you haven't had the chance to check them out yet. But anyways, let's get into the tips because we have more than usual. Number one is to set yourself up for success. This means having a planning system that works for you, working in the right environment. And working in the right environment doesn't just mean the physical place that you're at, like at your desk, couch, or bed, but this can also cover stuff like if you're listening to anything while you write, or if you have any motivational stuff around you, what the fuck ever. Just make sure that you're setting yourself up for success, because obviously that's just gonna help. Number two, don't multitask. Listen, I know I am guilty of multitasking too, but there is research out there that multitasking isn't even really a thing. You're just kind of making yourself do multiple things at once, but you're not really doing any of them well because you're doing multiple things at once. And number three, stop making excuses. Oh my fucking god, you guys. People make excuses all the damn time, and I have definitely been guilty of this in the past, but it's impossible to be productive if you're not actually working. Number four, take breaks. Weird, right? I mean, what's a break anyways? I briefly mentioned this in, I think it was the writing schedule video, if I'm not mistaken, but it's really important that you're taking breaks, just because it's really not healthy to just be work all day and not take any breaks. Now, with that being said, I don't like schedule my breaks. I kind of just take them, and that's because I take 5 to 10 minute breaks every hour or two. And I know to some people that sounds awful, but to be fair, at the end of my day, I usually take 3 or 4 hours to just relax and unwind. So personally, this process works best for me. You've got to figure out whatever works best for you. Some people like to work for half an hour and then take a 5-minute break via the Pomodoro technique. Other people like to work for 2 or 3 hours and then take an hour-long break. You've got to figure out whatever works best for you. And on these breaks, you can do whatever you want basically, but just try to make sure that you're not sitting. And that brings me to my next tip, number 5, be active. It is not good for you to be sitting down all day and not being active at all, which is why maybe once every 3 of my breaks, I will try and do something active. You don't have to work out for an hour or whatever, and you don't even need to workout period. Just go on a fucking walk. Just try and be active, because trust me, it will help you. And also, if you're getting really tired or if your eyes are starting to hurt from staring at screens all day, man, I can relate to that so much. Sometimes being active is just the thing that you need. Number 6, find those times when you're not really doing shit and fill them with shit to do. Binge watching Netflix, watching video games, just fucking around online are all examples of time that could be filled with productive tasks. I'm not saying that you can't do these things at all, but if you are doing these things for 4, 5, 6 hours a day, yeah, maybe cut back. And I'm not saying that you should immediately go from watching Netflix 6 hours a day to 1 hour a day, because let's be honest, you're probably gonna fail. So start small. Let's say 1 week you bump it down to 5 hours, and then the next week you bump it down to 4, and so on and so forth. Just try and slowly fill those times when you're not actually doing anything with productive stuff to do, but still make sure that you are giving yourself some time for yourself at some point in your day, because that is important too. Also, if you're not sure how often you are fucking around, as I call it, or if you're not sure if you're doing it at all, try and track your time for 1 week. I do this every week via my Google Calendar, and it works wonders because I can see just right out in front of me where I'm spending all of my time, which can also help me to figure out when I need to cut back on stuff. And number 7, reflect. So if you have seen my video about where I plan my time, you already know that I am a huge fan of doing reflections, because you're never going to know how to improve if you're not reflecting on how you're doing right now. So if you're trying to be more productive, which you probably are since you're watching this video, I would recommend that you do daily reflections and then backing up to weekly and monthly reflections. With these reflections, it's really important to think about overall how productive were you and what went good and what went bad. And this will maybe take you like 10 minutes, but it can be super, super helpful. And number 8, sleep. Listen, not sleeping ain't cute. Because listen, I notice such a huge difference in my productivity when I actually sleep. Personally, I try and sleep somewhere between 8 and 10 hours every night, because that's what helps me feel the most well-rested. You've got to do whatever makes you feel the most well-rested, which will probably depend largely on your age. Please sleep, and trust me when I say it's really, really, really going to impact how productive you are. Okay. And number 9, make sure you're eating and drinking. I know I'm giving out a lot of health advice, okay? I know. But listen, eating and drinking fuel your body, and your body needs fuel if it's going to work and thus allow you to be productive. And don't just eat junk food. Listen, I love salsa, but salsa should not be your every meal, okay? And lastly, number 10, know that you're gonna fail at some point. Listen, failure happens to all of us, and especially when you're at that phase where you're trying to kick some old habits out and start with some other ones, it's really important to know that you're gonna fuck up, and that is okay. But what is not okay is to just give up right after you fuck up, because then you are a failure. But you are not a failure for just failing one time. That just means that you're human and you fuck up, and that is a-okay. Alright, you guys, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope these tips were helpful, and if you have tips of your own, comment them down below. I would love to hear them. And that's all that I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please give this video a big thumbs up and hit that big red subscribe button down below and turn on those post notifications so that you know every time that I upload. I'm uploading 3 videos a week this month because I'm crazy. And yeah, that's all I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!